Good Lord, I just had the worst sinus attack ever. And you know what happened? Same thing happened last night, a little different, but it gave me a major PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder from the past. Let's get into it, all right? Triggered me a little yesterday. I got to clarify something real quick, though. Hold on. Salud. Salud. Oh, it's my birthday. I'm 42. Check out this hat, by the way. Look at 70 pesos, homie. That's Tijuana. I know Facebook got everything inverted, but that says Tijuana, Mexico. You got the red, white, the red, the white, and the blue. Yeah, dog. I saw that. I was like, oh my God. 70 pesos? Oh, ¿quieres un bosa? Sí, por favor. Anyways, let's get into this. All right. I think my nose is okay. My eyeball was just literally gushing water right here. It went down. The same thing happened to me last night. So I had a little PTSD yesterday. Whatever. I pulled it back, and then I went and did a live on my Twitch, and I was slurring a little bit, but I pulled it back in because I had to wait like an extra 45 minutes to an hour to actually do the live because everything was just like get annoying. But I'm gonna get into that right now. All right, let's go. Salud. Woo. Anyways, last night I want to clarify something. I talked about my brother. He's never directly done anything to me. I've pulled that back. But he's indirectly done a lot of things to me because when my family finally revealed to me, my stepmother and my father basically revealed that they have delved into the mystic magic realm and they have done certain things. That's when I understood, like, I had to go to a psychic because stuff was going on around me, man. It was crazy, right? And I started seeing it. And then at one point I had to question, like, what's my brother's part in this? And it's not that he did anything to me directly. He indirectly is a link to them. And that's what I told him. I said, you have to not, if you want to hang out with me, if you want to talk to me, you can't be doing this. And I had to set him up one time and a few times. And I am a psychic, and I can, if I want, go into meditation, and I can see certain things. I could do certain things, and I don't want to go into that. But anyway, I tried to go into see certain things with him, and I got blocked. And I was like, what the hell? I was in a deep meditation. I got blocked. I said, why is that? I said, he's the last hook. And I said this last night. Not that it's a bad thing, and I don't have a problem with him, but he is a emotional link that could take me down because I am a psychic and I do certain things, and I want to come out here and I want to do good and I want to help humanity out. But they will entrap you with your emotions, okay? My family did that, and they compromised and they sold out. And I've talked about it many a times, and I'm not scared to talk about it. It's their karma coming back on them, and that's why they even went double down on me. And so my brother has never done anything directly, but I even text him this the other day. I said, you're either directly or indirectly doing it. And when I set him up is when I went to the Philippines for the second time, right? I didn't tell anybody exactly city I was going or anything. I told some of my coworkers, but I know they were cool, whatever. But I never really told anybody specifically where I was going, right? So me and my boy, we show up. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. We're in the Philippines. You know, I'm not going to tell you where we're at. We're in the Philippines. Just know that we're there. We're there at 3 o'clock in the morning, by the way. The bars are letting out. We're at a bar that's open 24/7. And this dude rolls up, man, ordering food, right? And I look at him, I see his face, and I'm like, oh, seriously, man? How do they know I'm here? I'm at this point right now, okay? Because at one point, I just had to realize what was happening. And we're going to get into this card reading I did last night. I'm going to talk about it again. And I talked about the innocents being killed. And it's not just the kids or the innocents being killed. It's everybody's innocence is being killed, and you're going to have to wake up and accept the truth, okay? You can't sit on the fence like my brother wants to sit on the fence and be like, well, I'll just play both sides. Everything's cool. I just want to be the negotiator. No. You can't just be the negotiator, man. You got to pick a side. You got to draw the line, and that's what I told him. I said, whether you're indirectly doing it or directly doing it, you have knowledge of everything, and you want to sit on the fence. You don't sit on the fence with me. I'll knock you off. Whap! Don't come around me. Don't try to pick my brain for information, because I don't need people calling my job because I'm searching for a new job, and I don't need people showing up to my job and be like, oh, hey, calling my job saying, oh, they have in the past. Oh, he's putting stuff in their food. He's doing this. He's doing that. I don't need you to know what I'm doing anymore. And if you're a direct link to somebody who has literally come out and said, look, I'm part of something. I had to sit there and look at my dad. He's like, the Illuminati sent me a book and they want me to join and everything. And then he just kind of went off and I'm like, well, it's a weird conversation. Anyways, I'm not getting into all that, but I'm just saying my family members have been involved in all kinds of weird stuff, self-admittedly to my face. And when they do admit stuff to you, you have to take the decision and be like, well, if you just let it go, you have to understand, if you just let it go, it's like an invitation to them. We're like, well, we told them. In your brain, you're like, oh, that was a weird conversation. But in their brain, they're like, well, we told them, so let's keep going forward and see what we could do, And so I saw that was the last link to they can come and try to link me. So I was sitting there basically waiting, because what happened was I told them all the details of my first Filipino trip. And then when I went to the Philippines the second time, I told them again. And I said, if anything weird happens, let's see what happens. And dude, I didn't even barely got my beer delivered to me. And some dude was sitting next to me trying to pay one of the guys selling cigarettes to, do favors to me. And I'm just like, I'm just trying to kill this beer. And then I just started seeing, and I saw this huge attack. And there was another dude that was running around talking about Donald Trump and the USA. And my friend saw it and it was getting weird. And I went to another bar and I saw another person that I kind of reckoned. And I was just like, how did they know? How did they know? They were so eager. It was like they were waiting. That's how these people are. That's how these people are. And I've said this in the past. When I went to a psychic and I started doing card readings, it was because I started noticing, like, this is not normal. This is weird. Like, I'm at a bar trying to hang out, and like I go up to do karaoke and the entire bar just clears out. Seriously. I have a friend, seriously, the entire bar, it'd be maybe 10, 12, 15 people, and just clear. And it's just me doing karaoke alone. And the bartender's looking at me, who I became friends with. She would tell me, be like, yeah, it's kind of weird. And then she would tell me little things, and that's how I had to do it. I had to pick it up along the way. And then I started realizing, wow, this is really happening. And I did this card reading, and I did it last night, and I had my PTSD. I had PTSD last night because I tried to go on for 45 minutes to an hour. And every time I went on, somebody was in the street screaming. A dog was going nuts. They were doing jackhammering. It was nuts. And the final straw where I got really mad and I kind of came out here with PTSD. It was like, St. Michael, blah, 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 blah. That's why I'm going to label this part 2, is because I finally clicked the live. I'm like 2 to 3 minutes in it, and this person just rolls up in a motorcycle and just revs his engine like freaking Cheech and Chong. Remember when Chong was just, I can't remember, Up in Smoke or whatever, he was just rolling his motorcycle just for like 2 to 3 minutes behind me. My freaking apartment, my teeth were shattered. I'm like chattering. I'm like, what in the hell? And then I was just like, I'm pissed. It pissed me off, but it's okay because it led to this thing. So anyway, it led to this card reading. I said, your innocence is being killed. The innocence is being slaughtered. But this is just like when I had to wake up and realize, oh my God, like these people are really deep embedded in society. And that's what you guys are starting to see. And we're starting to see it. Now you can see it, okay? In your school system, everywhere. Your innocence is going to have to die. And we can turn around and see who exactly now has the blood on the hands, okay? You could turn around and look at Dr. Fauci and be like, oh my God. So when I'm like, oh, it's people gonna bleed out slow. People gonna bleed out slow. That doesn't mean we're gonna literally see blood. It's just you're gonna see who's behind it. Okay? Who's been doing this? The real deal. I mean, ground level troops. You're talking about the entire legislative Democratic people in Texas. The entire Democratic legislation in Texas just left their home, all their worldly possessions, and just left the state and left their job, and they haven't gone back. And the 2 of them have been recently spotted in South America on vacation. What are you talking about? This is real. This is happening. They've been exposed, and now you can see it. It goes down to a ground level, a level where what was that comedian, man? The guy said it's a big old club, and you and I ain't in it. Right? And you're starting to see the club now. You're like, what? They're where? They're doing what? They're in El Salvador, wherever they are? Yeah, you're seeing it. They're exposing themselves. And that's what's happening. And we're in that process right now. They're exposing themselves. And I pulled this card too. They did something janky to get where they are. You know, they stole what they had to do. Now, look at everybody. That's a guy right here. He's in his little black mask, and that's what we're seeing. And they're like, why did you steal the sword? Why did you do that?" And he's just like, he's the universe knows where the bodies are buried, basically. And that's just a analogy for like whatever you do, the universe is alive and it sees it. And there's a karmic thing. There's a reason why my stepmom was like, "Look, I'm part of this thing." And then if I would have accepted it, I would have accepted. So my brother's like trying to play the fence, and I just told him, "Nope, no more of that. I've had too many people play me, use me, do this. You either get on my squad or you're against me. That's it. I had to draw the line. And after 2020, you have to draw the line. You cannot allow these people to come into your life. I can't go to another trip to Philippines where I feel happy. I can't tell him where I'm working anymore because I don't feel confident. And not that he's gonna do it, but let's play the fence. You know, hey, you know, well, yeah, he's working over there, and then all of a sudden somebody's calling to work talking about I'm doing this, I'm doing that. You know, is that you? Well, I didn't do it, but I was just talking to dad. Oh yeah, you mean the guy that told me that my his wife, not my mom, and I don't even need to get in that psychopath. And we are man, that my biological mother, that's a whole nother can of beans. The last time I saw her, she was like, "I'm above religion. I've gone to the next level." And I was like, "Ooh, what's the That's why I started reading my Elvis Levy books. I'm like, "Oh God." Oh, oh no. Where did you go? She's like, "A whole nother level." I'm like, "Oh no. Oh no." I remember her doing seances in the rooms, you know? So anyway, I had a moment where I had to wake up, and this is where y'all waking up. Your innocence, your naivete, it's gone. It's no more. So just like I had to wake up at one point and realize I just want to go, because I was a big Charger fan, big sports fan, just totally went to work and did all this, and then I had to wake up and be like, "Whoa, this is much deeper than I thought." And then you go, "Well, why are you so special?" And I had to ask that same question. Well, I am musically creative. I tried to go and do my musical thing, and then that's when they swipe my destiny. They want to swipe your destiny. Currently, over the last 2 years, they are swiping so many people's destinies. I mean, look at that creature that is on the U.S. soccer team, the women's team. She swiped all of their um, future, their destiny away. She went in there, and they love it, and it's like eating and sucking your energy, and that's what they want to do. Okay. It's a harsh reality, but you're going to have to see it. Okay. They are just doing what they do, and that's what they love to do. And now you can see it. It's documented and it sucks, but you're going to have to wake up. And we are starting to see that people are waking up. It's a joke. It's fun for them. It's fun to look in the future and see this person's potentiality. If you actually look at my numerology, this is why I had to go into it. I'm a master 22. I've dopest numerology. Look in your numerology. Maybe you got some things you got to do some house cleaning. Doesn't matter. Just because mine is good, is mine is good. And then last night I was talking about how I sleep good at night. You know why? Because I'll come out here and I'll spit the truth. I'll come out here and I'll spit the truth. I'll talk about it. It's not that I've done anything good. I've been freaking whipped for speaking my truth. I've been banned, all kinds of stuff. But I'm not coming out here trying to like say I'm good because my numerology. It's just they're really into this, and I'm starting to see how they're lining up all these things with the 2050, 2030, all these things. These numbers they're trying to basically harness the universe, but you basically have like little Dr. Fauci at the top with like harnesses trying to harness like an ox or a horse in the universe. And it's, yeah, good luck with that with them little tiny ass hands of his. He's slipping all over the place. Like, "Whoa, we tried. Come on." And he's like freaking Bill Gates. You know what I mean? It's just, but they went there, and now we're here. Now you can see it. So, like I said, this is the wake up call. This is it. So, humanity needs to wake up. It kind of sucked when I had to wake up and I had to look at some family members. And like I said, my brother never directly, but just because you don't directly do something doesn't mean you indirectly do it to try to play the fence. We're at the point now where you can now no longer play the fence. I'm just going to be on the fence and just kind of wave it out. And I know so many people because I was a sports fan. Like I said, I was in the Chargers. I was in the football and baseball and sports and basketball. They're puppets. They've shown they rear end you, and now we see it, And that's why I got mad yesterday because I'm trying to like come out here and do a live, and these people are just banging stuff. A motorcycle comes up, because there's been times where like I went and tried to be like somebody on the sports scenes in San Diego, and then I had people at 2 in the morning run around and bang on my door. It's like, how did they even know I was home? Maybe they were waiting in the clubs and they were mad because they couldn't go in the clubs and mess with me. It's like that. It's on a ground level. And now you can see it's in your schools, it's in the courts, it's district attorneys, it's governors, it's mayors, it's politicians, it's everywhere. And now you can see it. And now we're here, and now we just have to wake up to it and just reject it. That's the only thing we can do. All right. It sucks. It does suck to be like, wow, really? Yeah, really, really. And it's just a bunch of sad people that signed on to a horrible thing, and Hollywood's been compromised, and there's been a bunch of instances where they've told you, like Katy Perry and what's the other dude? I don't know. He's not that talented, but he's popular. Said he had to sign on to the leader of this world and many worlds and all the kinds of other things. Like, what are they talking about? They're not lying. They're telling you to their face what they're doing. Like when my stepmom was like, yeah, and they knew their karma was coming. They knew it was coming. That's why they went 100%. They said, man, I might as well go 100% because they know the karma's coming back around. This is why I said last night, it's coming back around again, and they know it. So they're just going to go all in. That's it. They're like, they got no other choice because that dagger's coming for them. So they might as well try to throw the dagger and control the dagger and do what they can. But see that dagger? See how it's coming? It's coming for them. It's coming back around again. That's why I said this last night. I got a little tipsy, got a little upset, but I'm back. That's why I'm going to do a number 2. Things are about to get real, and they are. They are. They're calling for another lockdown on the 11th. Why is that? Because Mike Lindell is about to start his August 10th. He's going to release all the information. He's daring somebody $5 million to disprove him. You imagine that? And you know that man is a man of his word, so he's going to pay it if you can disprove him. And so get ready for it. And that's why I came out here and told you, get ready. It's coming. All right? So the karma's coming. I'm going to go ahead and jump on Twitch. I got a little drunk last night. Check out this hat. Look at that. And when I'm on Twitch, this thing ain't inverted, by the way, but that's okay. It's like when I was a kid and my godparents would always have the Christmas tree hung upside down. I didn't know what that meant. But these are clues and triggers along the way that I had to eventually learn how to put out traps and stuff for them so I can scoop them up. Like my brother, I was like, oh, let me give him all these details and see what happens on my next trip. And then I saw it and I was like, sorry, bro. I love you. You're great, but you're compromised. And I'm not going to wait for 10, 15 years from now, like my stepmom, when she finally was like, you know what, your whole entire life, she's been in my life since I was 3, to tell me when I was like 28, 29 to finally do that. I'm not waiting for that moment. No. Just like I said, when that psychic came to me and I started reading cards, check my numerology, I said, I'm not waiting for that moment where you guys go, hey, guess what? We were all in on it. Surprise! No, I'm like, no. I'm going to get there, I'm going to look at you and be like, yeah, I thought so. I'd rather be that guy. Yeah, it sucks, but I thought so. Anyways, I'm going to jump on to Twitch. Oh, don't forget, Mikey Romero, all lowercase except capital R, no spaces on the Rumble, because the great exodus is coming. And I ain't talking religion. I'm talking about from these mainstream medias. That's coming soon, too. The great exodus to Rumble and other places is coming. So Mikey Romero, capital R, all lowercase, the rest of the letters, on Rumble. And right now I'm currently on Twitch at Mikey Romero 888. No spaces. All right. Peace out.